Hi everybody, welcome to ArtDay. Good morning. It's Monday that I'm filming and it's Monday maybe that you're watching, so gosh, guys, either you love Mondays or you hate them. Usually I just don't care about them, but today I'm kind of in a funky mood, meaning I don't like the Monday. I'm pretty sure I would feel the same way would this be a Tuesday, but I feel funky. I don't know why. I haven't figured that out, but I also, well, most of the times Mondays or Sunday actually, when I know what or when I prep the next day in the studio, I'm already deciding what I want to do, or I have an idea, I have some creative input, to then go to the studio Monday and just film. Today, not the case. Yesterday, I drew a blank on what I wanted to do, what I wanted to film today. And this morning, guess what? Again, drew a blank. So I've been deciding, well, the way to get me out of this funky feeling and this, I don't know what I want to do, but I know that in the end, art always gets me out of the funk, so I have to do some artwork to get out of the funk and also do the work, I decided I'm going to draw today. I had thought about, well, maybe I just want to draw a bit, but not only, I think I have to play with colors and not quote unquote just draw with black and white and maybe one color like I did last week. So today, long intro, I know, sorry guys. Today I'm going to work on this gray cardstock with some acrylic paints, the Americanas. They have nice color here. And I got a photo reference from Paint My Photo, excuse me, that I very much liked looking at it this morning. And it kind of mirrors my mood, what I call a funk, but it's actually some kind of melancholy or just the not so fun autumn feeling. I don't know. It's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes you have those days. Today's one of them. And the photo that I chose very, very quickly and just maybe like half an hour before I started recording here is of a stag in a sunset. Now, I didn't ask the artist permission to show the photo on camera, so I can't, but there is a link in the description box below and that will lead you to the Paint My Photo site and that photo. So now I will have to choose which colors I want to use for the background. So I want to paint the background with the acrylic paint and have the stack on top with colored pencils or with pencils, like graphite pencil. I haven't decided yet which one it's gonna be, but I have to choose the colors now, and this is a sunset scene, so it's definitely gonna be from the bottom. It's gonna be the espresso, then it's gonna be the honey brown, then I will have to move into the honey, or the saffron yellow might be a bit too bright. So let's go for antique gold, or have it quite muted. Maybe a little bit of saffron. Is this the one? No, the spicy mustard is actually also really cool. And then maybe come back to the buttermilk. I'm gonna start from the lightest to the darkest, so top to bottom. And I don't want to paint like the whole background. I want this gray cardstock to show. And in the photo, there is just sky and a little bit of grass and trees in the background, but very little. It's mainly sky and that stack standing there. So what I thought would be really cool is to, do I want to start with the, maybe I want to start with the sand. So I'm going to start with sand. Yes, this one here. So I just would have lines of color where they intersect and blend, and then have a little bit of dip dab as a background, and have a very I don't want to say abstract, but a very loose background there. So I'm starting with sand, just something like this, but maybe not as curved, because this is always something that I do. Cannot have a straight line for the life of me. But well, I hope you're having maybe a little bit of a better day than I'm having, or at least a start into a better day. Hope you don't have the funk going on too much. Now I want the dry brush, but I don't want to transfer the colors, so I'm going to put them into my paper towel. Next up is, what's it called? And no, that's not antique gold. That is spicy mustard. So let's go for spicy mustard. So just dipping my brush in there. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I definitely already can see it here. This is drying fast. So, what was the dark one? Honey brown. I need honey brown. Where is that? That's here. I'm thinking I don't need all the colors that I thought in the beginning I would need. I might, however, have to go over the paint once more and blend a bit more, so I have to bring in some more of the sand. But here with the honey brown, the mixing actually works kind of nicely. It blends into the other color. Maybe I just talked too long for the first one to be dry too fast. Which one is that? Sheesh. Ah, yeah, that's the right one. So back to the blend. The disadvantage that I have here with these little pots is that you cannot really see which color is which if you don't look at one specific color on the row. I need the antique gold again. Oh gosh. No, I took the spicy mustard, so it was this one. See, that is what I'm talking about. This is a little bit of a hassle. If you have the bottles with the names, that would work. But I don't know if I want to maybe write something on the lids or... I'm undecided, folks. Today's maybe not the day to make great decisions. On to the... honey brown once more for the bottom, and then I'm gonna add the foliage with the espresso. Maybe a bit more. So yeah, how was your weekend? Did you have a great weekend? Did you enjoy it? It's the last week of September that starts today, so in case you're new to the channel and you hadn't known before, I'm recording 1 week ahead, so it's actually the 25th, I think it is, 25th of September, so it's the last week of September, and then it means October, and that also means Inktober, and that means Spiel is gonna come up, and lots of things that I gotta do. But first, I'm cleaning my big brush because I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna take a different brush for the trees. So let me get one that is... I actually want to go for this one because it is quite scruffy here. So that should work fine with foliage and trees and stuff. And I just dip it a bit into the lid. And good to have some foliage down here. See, this is why I keep those beaten up brushes, because they are a godsend and a really great tool when it comes to painting grass, you know. Going to clean up the lower edge here. Just a bit, not too much. Do I want to go darker? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe I will add some darkness with a colored pencil or something. Maybe some more grass here. I'm carefully dipping my brush into the acrylic paint because this is what I didn't want. Oh well. It's a bit too much of the brown, so I really have to spread it up and pull it high, and the same goes here then on this part of the frame, because the stack's gonna be pretty much in the middle, so the larger or the taller grass blades are kind of a frame there. So that should be enough for acrylics. And now I'm going to very quickly dry this off with my blow dryer, and then I can go in and sketch the stag. All right, let's bring the paper back to room temperature. Focus. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom you in because you don't need to see all that. Just, I think this part here is important to see. Maybe, just thought of something. Maybe I have the antlers go over the frame. But well, let's see. I'm gonna bring in my pencils and my eraser and just a normal graphite pencil to sketch with, nothing fancy. There we go. Let's do some sketching. All right, so let's see. Maybe I don't think the antlers will be that high. We'll see. So from the bottom up, half high is the butt of the stag. Then it goes down to the legs. The hind leg goes something like this, and body goes stags are way bumpier than cows on the back. So the stomach goes something like this. The hind leg number 2 goes like this. Front leg, he's turning, so it would be something like that. We don't see that because it's just really black, so I'm not even gonna bother positioning his leg correctly, but the neck goes up here. And that means that the other leg comes down here. So now let's see, he goes like this, and the other part, he has quite the thick neck. Goes like this. He's not the nose is up here. Looks like a pig. Head. Goes like that, and then there's the antlers. Let's see, they are something like this. And there's like a second one here. A little one looking out from there. Before I put the tiny ones in the middle, I'm going to draw in the other half. Looks way more curly on this side. And then there's one over here. That was my wrist. That did a funny noise. But all's good. I'm just getting old. There's one here. And then there's one here. And one that is kind of wonky over here. Another wonky wonk over here. And one more over here. Alrighto. Now, eyes are here. And now I need to correct a few lines here on the neck before I can decide if I want to have a dark brown stag or if I want him really as dark as it is in the photo, and then also have a bit of black here on the on the grass, and I think I want to have a combo going on, which means I'm gonna bring in the black for sure. I'm going to bring in this brown, and what are you? Not really helping. Maybe you? No, I think these are fine, and for where the sun bounces off, I'm gonna take that. So that's three browns and black. I don't want to start with black because, well, that is my darkest color, so to say. So I shouldn't start with it, but leave it for the darkest spots that I might have to color. So the sun seems to be setting on this right hand side, so I'm going to start here and then bring the light on top. So the light is quite kind of a reddish brown tone, because the stag has kind of like a reddish tone, I think. So I'm bringing that in on top of my dark brown. Where else does it hit? A little bit on this part of the neck, and also here on the tummy. Not over there. Okay, so for the rest, I'm just going to fill in with my cold brown here. This is like a walnut or nougat brown. And on this particular sheesh, what's it called? Acrylic paint. Oh my gosh, why could I not say acrylic paint? I can go on top with my colored pencils because it has a chalky finish. Can't do that with every acrylic paint there is, but this particular one here, really nice. So I'm just gonna fill in my stag here with my brown, trying to get as much of the background covered as I can. There's little nooks and crannies here, of course, where I have trouble doing so, because this paper has tooth and so does the acrylic paint, so I'm really using up quite a bit of colored pencil here. I have to sharpen it in a hot second, but that's fine, I think. Kind of has light here on the nose, but just a bit. It's really hardly visible, but I'm gonna put it there. All right, second ear. Now, that's how my pencil falls out of my hand. And this is pretty much like a base coat. Now I'm going in with a yellowish brown. It's a bit more of a warmer shade. I'm just bringing that in here and there where there's shade, pretty much the dark shadows here. Just to add a little bit more to the stag. Then I'm going on top with my light tone, this reddish brown here, just to smooth out things and not have the highlights look like an outline, but a highlight, you know. Don't want this to be like a cartoon where you have heavy outlines. Okay. Now, in comes the black for the darkest parts here. I'm having a very light touch because I don't want too much of that black pencil to sit on my paper. Just want a few things to be a bit heavier on the contrast. For example, I need the ear here, and I will add the outline of his mouth, or whatever you call it with a stag. Add in the eyes. Go a bit darker underneath the head. Oh, that was maybe a bit too dark, so let's go back with the brown and lighten up. I have a bit of a glare with my filming lamps, so I have to hold the paper like that once in a while. Just to make sure I got the right values. All right. For the antlers, I'm going to take the cold brown. Just gonna color them in solid. Again, to have like a base. Then I can go in with the black and add some more depth to it. And I know this is a very short video then again, because that would in my mind be the point that I'd say, okay, this is okay and enough for a sketch, because this is what it actually is, no matter if you have a acrylic paint background or I don't know, a pencil one, doesn't matter. But in the end, the stag is my is my focal point, so of course he's the sketch here. So I'm just bringing in a few dark lines here to add to the antlers. And I'm going to add some dark here to the grass too, because that is what I had said earlier, that I would do that. Bring in some darks to not have the grass look so flat, or the stack being too pasted into the scenery there. I'm just gonna add some black here to the bottom. And just have these squiggles for some grass there. I have one really high up here. So that's it. Things maybe continue out of this frame. Bring in some more black up here on the back. You see, I start fussing with the shading here, which means I'm getting out of the funk. Yay! And this is something that always helps me to, well, get going, you know, get into the work when you don't feel it that particular day. That's, again, it doesn't happen to me too often. It's really quite the rare thing, but like 3-4 times a year it does. There's a day that, well, I don't feel like it, and I still know that I gotta do stuff. So all right, I got all the great black pigment on my finger for one, but also here on this cardstock. So let me clean this off and quickly sign it. And then there's a little out of the funk sketch of a stag in a sunset. I hope you enjoyed watching along, though again, this is maybe not the most enthusiastic kind of a video for artwork, but you know, I decided when I when I put this show together here and decided that I would do a long time real-time format, to not only have the real-time and the realness for, well, how long it actually takes to do these things, but to also keep it real when it comes to the moods and everything. Not every day in the studio always is, well, like a birthday party and you can't stop smiling and everything's just, well, super great and easy and sunny and there's butterflies and everything. Sometimes you just feel maybe a bit off. Still, you could produce, well, great art or some sketches depending on how disciplined you are. And I'm yawning, I'm sorry. Maybe that's also a part that helped with the funkiness today, that I'm kind of tired. But well, try if you are in a mood where you say, I know I have to, or I should, maybe at least a doodle, 5 minutes. Totally go for something very simple, and just, I think just to do the work with your hands. And just see that this is quite short here, so let me add a bit of antler height there. But yeah, just do something and it might be enough to keep you going and have the ball rolling before you go to the bigger projects. And if not, at least you did something that day, and you can come back the next day and try again. And that's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call it a day now, and maybe, well, at least for filming, not for work, for filming. I'm going to call it a day now and maybe do some coloring or ancestry work, and maybe later on I will be in the mood to, well, record another video. I do have one buffer week, so if it's not happening, it definitely will happen next week, so we'll see. Long rambling. I hope you enjoyed watching along, and well, I hope you have a great week with a great mood and everything. If you liked this video nonetheless, me not being the super totally bubbly kind of person, well, give it a thumbs up. The blog post for the Stag here is going to be up at 10 a.m. So I stopped looking at the clock. I think there is like 20 minutes to go or 10 minutes to go until the blog goes live, so you can check it out then. I will have all the names of the colors listed, as well as the colored pencils, and have close-up photos and stuff. So thanks again. Like I said, I'm gonna see you. Have a great week. Take good care. Bye bye.